Hey, we had a lot of fun on our maiden flight with this Corsair, didn't we? And just in case you missed that crash. Oh, what is that? What is that called?
It's a barrel roll.
No. We're in the tall grass.
Oh,
I think
you're
we're okay.
in the cattails.
No, I think we're okay. Woo, nothing comes back from something like that, especially foam. Guys, this thing is proving to be one of the most durable, great flying, that was totally my fault on that crash, Corsairs that we've ever seen in an electric model, especially this size. And it has totally earned a couple TheRcSaylors stickers. Check that out, got one on the wing there. Let's go like that. And I think we went with a sticker on the side. We've got some more, but after those 2 flights and walking away from that, I had to put a couple stickers on there. If you want to pick up some for yourself, we'll have our Patreon page linked in the description box below. This thing was just so much fun to fly. We've got this beautiful sunset that I cannot wait to fly in, and you guys had so much fun with me flying this, I thought it just deserved some more stick time. So let's put it in the air and have some fun. So those retracts paired with these split flaps, you see those flaps there, guys? You see that on the right side especially, where you get that split when they go down. This is just one of the coolest looking Corsairs, and oh, the TheRcSaylor anchor looks pretty sweet right there. Now today we've got the drop tanks on, those fuel tanks. We might take that off if we so choose to do a second flight. And if you could, don't forget to leave a like on this video if you love the Corsair. Abby, remember? Okay, oh yeah, I forgot. All right, I got this. It's just taking my own advice. We're gonna do this. You guys saw how the airplane kind of torqued to the left a lot. I knew that one of my most recent planes had to do a strong right rudder, and this is one of them. So let's go strong right rudder, strong right rudder, right rudder, right rudder. Look at that tail just barely lifting up, and then it lifts right up. Man, that's beautiful. We'll put those retracts up on this pass. Hopefully you guys can see that with the silhouette going by, and then we will just really have some good scale warbird fun. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I do like flying this with safe off. We're gonna throttle up and just really have some good scale fun. And yeah, this is another one of those planes where I've forgotten to put just a little bit of manual down trim in. So I'll be flying this whole flight with some just down on the elevator, but that's okay. We'll still have some fun. A maneuver like that is what caused that crash, and we've just got to be careful not to do that again too extreme. Guys, this is the brand new E-Flite Coarsair. It does have telemetry back to the radio. That's something else I may not have adjusted before this flight. We'll see. Oh, look at those nice wide loops. And then if we mix in a little elevator and rudder, we can really make that look good. Those rolls, I should say. And yeah, that's right. I need to adjust it. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's actually do this video right. We're going to land this pretty much right now. And I am going to make the adjustments needed to make this a good flight. We're going to adjust that alarm. We're going to adjust the elevator and really make this a great flight.
Put your retracts down.
Retracts are going down, that's right. I'm going to land this actually with no flaps and just see what that looks like. I think we did that on the maiden flight. Just bleeding off a little speed, getting it closer to the camera. And yeah, we'll take that. It's a little sharp there, but we'll take it. Let me make a couple quick adjustments. Big crack in the asphalt there. And we'll do another flight on this and just really clean it up and make it look nice. Okay, so what I did was a quick manual adjustment to the elevator. I adjusted the little clevis, whatever. I just screwed it in. Lucky number 7. 7 turns so that we shouldn't have as much up elevator. And then I also adjusted my LiPo alarm, or the telemetry, to adjust to go off at a lower voltage, and it's on vibrate instead of an audible alarm. Abby, are you ready?
Give it rudder.
Yeah, right rudder, yes.
I always get so scared. Oh, every time it curves. Do it! Oh, you almost nosed it into the ground. Yeah. You are crazy with this.
A little bit. And remember, my elevator is totally different now, so we need to trim that back up. Landing gear up, and then we're going to see how she flies. Hands free. It's nosing down, so I need to actually get it up elevator, which is
You're
good.
A mess.
Good. Listen, it's a new airplane. We got to get her all settled in, nice and smooth. Now look, let's see. There's hands free. We actually got a little bit of right roll in that, so let's trim that out. I think the maiden flight must have been a little bit windy. I'm not totally sure. Guys, this is just the reality of what you get on our channel. We're We're not here to show you like a commercial. We're here to show you a realistic expectation of what you might be into when you get your plane. Trimming out right aileron roll and just a click of up elevator, and I think we're great. This feels really good now. Shouldn't hear an annoying alarm. Let's go full throttle pass. Here we go. Oh, that's awesome. And we'll just roll it over the sun, go into a nice big loop out here. Actually, we're just going to come back toward us, Abby. Kind of like a Cubanate, a little bit of a pattern. I want to try something. We're going to do a bit of a loop out here, roll it at the top of the loop, roll, and then come out of that loop down. Ooh, a little bit jarring. Let's try it again out here, smooth that up a little bit. Climb up, and do a full loop, and then back down out of that roll. Well, that was fun. I like that little maneuver. Somewhat realistic, I think. Nice wide roll. Ooh, like that. What a beautiful day, a beautiful evening to fly on. And this is safe off, hands-free flight. I'm not touching anything, just small adjustments here at about 50% throttle, and it's flying so much better, Abby, so much better. Good. I was fighting, pushing down elevator for my first 2.5 flights, we could say, and now it's flying just beautifully. For a Warbird, this is everything I would possibly want out of a Corsair. What you got to remember when you're flying a Corsair and most Warbirds is to maintain throttle, especially through turns and banks. Here we go, we're going to bank it and keep that throttle up. I want you guys to hear this plane flying by, and I'll shut up for a second. Trying to keep it over in this corner here because the sun is getting really bright. And let's face it, the plane looks good over here too, instead of just a silhouette. Yeah, this is nice. I want to see how it flies inverted. I think I did a little bit of that on the maiden flight. We'll just try now that we've got it trimmed up. High up, inverted flight, and because I'm just flying in a different kind of pattern than what I'm used to, because the sun is pretty blinding right now, I'm keeping it a little higher. But we'll go with a nice inverted pass over the runway. And then we're going to do an outside loop, throttling up when I get past the sun. Here we go. Let's just go right for it right here. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. It's a little blinding. Trust me, I was blinded too on that. Let's do another one out here. We're going to kick it upside down, do a nice outside loop. Oh yeah, that's so powerful. And that's because we're flying on a 4S battery. Now, I fly on 2200 milliamp batteries because that's what I have a lot of. But they do actually recommend anywhere between a 2200 and 3200 milliamp battery for this. I don't even know if they recommend flying on a 3S battery. I think it's strongly encouraged that you fly something like this so that you can power through wingtip stalls and things like that with 4S power. And then I love the telemetry, especially when you get it. So I don't know, I think they set it so high out of the box so that if you're a newer pilot and you get that low voltage alarm, you have time to land. For me, I hear my alarm go off and I know it's time to land. And generally speaking, unless there's like, you know, an elk on the runway or something, I can usually bring it in pretty quickly. I don't know, Abby.
Do elks even exist here?
I don't know, something, you know, a rabbit, whatever's keeping me from landing. If I have to land quickly, most of the time I can. So I like to lower my voltage alarm to be, on this guy, I actually put it at 3.2 volts. I don't recommend you guys do that, but it's not gonna hurt the battery as long as you aren't full throttle, you know, for 30 seconds after that voltage alarm goes off. You feel the vibration, it's time to land. You bring it in for the landing within 30 seconds of feeling that alarm go off. Now what you're hearing this time is a 5-minute alarm. That's it, just telling me I've been in the air for 5 minutes. So, you know, that is nice. Sometimes I turn that off if it's a plane that I fly a lot, but this plane is newer. Kind of lets me know I'm at 5 minutes. I should be expecting my voltage alarm to go off pretty soon. We're just keeping this pretty scale. You guys can see those gusts of wind kind of jarring me around. Just doing a little bit of tight rolling maneuvers out here. And I've been about 50% to 60, 75% throttle most of this flight. But here's the difference when we hit full throttle. Let's go, Abby, full throttle right here. And I can actually hear the motor and ESC pulsing, telling me that it's time to land. So we're gonna drop that landing gear because
apparently
I may have
you
set
set it
my
too low.
alarm too low. Yes, it's good to listen for those types of things, and especially on a new airplane. So I can hear it pulsing out there. I went full flaps. Safe is still off. Landing gear is down, and we're just going to try to save our airplane and battery.
You're coming right toward me.
Now left rudder. Yeah, that was not bad. That was actually a really nice, smooth landing.
Ooh,
I'll
look
let you
at that
guys
prop.
know what my voltage is at. It's beautiful every time. I really love that. And this plane is just an absolute beast. I just checked. My battery is at 3.62 volts per cell. I'm a huge fan of talking about batteries per cell because and I think we all should be. I think that should be like a new way of discussing battery voltages, because whether you're talking about a 2S battery or an 8S battery, if we keep it on the discussion of per cell, we all know how much juice was actually left in the battery. I do not like talking about total voltages because all batteries are fully charged at 4.2 volts per cell, and they're basically dead as a doornail at about 3 volts or so per cell. A LiPo, that's how they work. You really don't want them to get too much lower than that. They can, but you shouldn't do that. It's bad for them. And so knowing that my battery after a landing, right after a landing, is sitting at 3.62 volts per cell, that's not bad. I like my batteries to be at a storage charge around 3.8 volts or so per cell. And anyway, yeah, so that's really not bad. It should come up to a resting state of about 3.7 volts per cell to those of you that geek out over batteries like I do. If you don't geek out over batteries, that's okay. They make smart batteries where you don't have to worry about any of this stuff, and that's what I was flying on. Now, the temperature inside the airplane was actually a little warm. That's because I was flying for 5 or 6 minutes, and toward the end of my flight, I decided to cook that battery and go full throttle, which is probably why I heard the motor and ESC pulsing. And looking at this airplane, I really see almost no airflow for the center of the plane. There is a vent here on the bottom, and I believe there's kind of a disguised vent here on the front under the cowl, but it's not much. And so I don't highly recommend that you guys full throttle this plane for your entire flight. It's not really what it was meant to do, but you're probably going to overheat things if you do, which is probably the pulsing that we heard. We certainly were not hitting the low voltage alarm. We proved in the maiden flight this thing's just absolutely amazing and super tough. And if you're after a Corsair, you should know that they're not the best flying plane in the world, but they look great while they're in the air, and they're not the worst flying Warbird out there. Depends which brand of plane you buy, but this one's actually really solid. I love the retracts. I just can't get over them, how they do that little spin maneuver, and the split flaps, just gorgeous. If you want a Corsair, this is the one to go with.
Instagram Reels like the retracts too. It got 5.2 million views.
That's pretty crazy. We have more decals that comes with the airplane if you think it's looking a little bit bare. I chose to keep it bare and add TheRcSaylors stickers this time instead of what they included. And if you want to fly on the setup that we're flying, we'll have everything linked in the description box below. Guys, it feels good to feel good again. Okay, I know you've listened to us on the channel for a week or two now where we've been super congested, and it's finally clearing up. And for today's flight and just for feeling healthy and strong today, I want to thank God. I absolutely am so grateful for this day, and I hope you guys are too watching, even if just for the video. On the subject of thanks, I want to say a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters, because now more than ever you guys really just helped us stay strong and keep the channel going, our channel and our family, so we really appreciate that support. If you want to join the Patreon team and get some of your own TheRcSaylors stickers, we'll have it linked in the description box below. And if you loved the flight of this Corsair and you just can't get enough, we'll have the maiden flight where you can witness that full crash in all of its glory and checking out the up close shots after the crash video popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye.